went down to the hairdressers, I asked for highlights. They showed me action replays of previous haircuts. Last night I had a premonition that tonight I would have déjà vu. And I was at another party. I'm a party animal. It was a party run entirely by and for people who had all experienced living a previous life. It was very informal. The invitation said, hey, come as you were. Because the next morning I had a hangover. Now I find that the best cure for a hangover is simply to have a cup of hot coffee and a warm bath. Some people think that's quite a lot to drink, but I don't. The best cure is simply to get some fresh air. Get out there in the fresh air, a constitutional. Get the cobwebs out of the brain and get yourself back together. And I was doing that one time, getting rid of a hangover. I'm walking down through the park. And down on a path there beside some bushes, I saw one of these extending dog leads. You know, you can extend your dog for a mile and a half, whatever you like. Just sit in the house with your arm out the window. Dog's in another country. So being nosy, I thought, well, I'm going to, I'll just, so I picked up the lead and I tried to retract the dog, and I was pulling at it, and it tightened, the lead tightened, and it started pulling me into the bushes, and I'm pulling at that, and all the bushes moved, and I'm taking a strain and got heaved into the bush, and all the leaves and everything snapped, and twigs crackled, and everything parted, and the leaves moved, and out stepped a man holding another handle. I said, hello. He said, don't hello me, you bastard. What have you done with my dog? I didn't even answer him. I just barked and chased a rabbit down the hill. I was on a train. Gonna note that one down, that's obviously. I was on a train, I always get an announcement on a tannoy when I'm sitting on a train at Glasgow Queen Street, an announcement comes through. This is at 16:30 to Edinburgh Waverley from Glasgow Queen Street, calling Palmwood High, Falkirk and Grahamston. That's great, I love that message. I don't understand why they give you 3 minutes after the train is in motion. You're moving at 60, 70 kilometres an hour. What are you going to do? Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm on the wrong train. Fuck, open that door. Lying halfway down an embankment with your ankles smashed to pieces. That was a spot of luck. That might have ended up in Falkirk. Last year, my girlfriend went to Australia for 2 months. Call me old-fashioned, but that's a hint. Where are you going, dear? Oh, just the other side of the planet. Oh, well, I'll get myself some chips then, shall I? Yes. And when she went, and I saw her off at the airport, and it was very touching, we did the whole thing. Bye. You look after yourself. Take care. You better write. Went off on the aeroplane, and it didn't just take away my girlfriend. It took away one half of me. It took away a caring, compassionate, and practical side. It took away one half. It took away my yin and left my yang. It took away the ming, left the mung. It took away Dr. Bruce and it left Mr. Morty. Well now, 2 months of a Todd, eh? I wonder what the inside of a licensed grocer's looks like, eh? Let's go, and off I went, down Duke Street, as if I had to prove something. Where's the first target? Morty hits. Mr. Morty goes straight into the licensed grocers, as if I'm going to celebrate my independence and my oneness by going in and getting extremely drunk, which is what I did. Hello, my girlfriend's gone to Australia for 2 months, and I'm Mr. Morty. Have you got any cheap wine? She said, oh, yes. I said, how much? And she said, well, it's $1.99 a half bottle. No. How much have you got? Give me it all. I want all of it. And that's what I did. I created cheap wine struggling out all across the road. Duke Street was like some kind of contest. And there I go as I cross the road. We're getting a marvellous display of man's pathetic desire for drink this afternoon. Right up to my house, and that's what I did, celebrate my oneness, my independence, my I know where I'm coming from, all that kind of thing. What did I do? Spend the whole night, staying up to 3 o'clock in the morning, with the hi-fi on at full bung, steaming drunk, miming to Neil Young records. Search for Last night I overdosed on Benylin. Right now I'm having delusions of health. But But I'm into all that, communication, expressing yourself. So I'm into foreign languages, so I bought a series of lingua phone records. They're good, I can now speak lingua. They were doing a special offer, you know, the obscure languages were the cheapest, so I got a Serbo-Croat, Ancient Greek, and Apache. I can now point out mistakes in Apache grammar when I watch a High Chaparral. That guy's not a real Indian, no way. Lazy with a subjunctive verb, No, I have qualifications in French, English, German, and body language. The body language examination was marvellous. There's no written answers, of course. They gave you 3 or 4 questions and a bendy toy. You didn't get marked, you maybe got a shrug. I'm into thermosemantics. Yeah, that's a study of heated conversations. And I've studied philosophy. Well, I say I've studied philosophy, but then, what do we mean by philosophy? What do we mean by we? Is it pertinent to our existence? Is it perhaps relevant only to relevance itself, in a broad sense? What I'm saying here may bear some intrinsic linkage with what I was saying earlier, but I am prepared to sleep with anyone who can tell me what on earth I'm talking about now. But I'm into philosophies and ideas and beliefs, and I brought this thing along and I want to show you. I was looking through my Pear's Cyclopedia, and the entry under the chapter for ideas and beliefs and philosophies, the one that caught my eye, it was the shortest entry in the entire book. Pyrrhonism, a skeptical philosophy which doubts everything. Can you believe that? I went down to the British Telecom shop, I got an answering machine, I took it home, I switched it on, asked it the reason for man's existence, not a bloody word. I took it back to the shop, I said, answering machine, ask it the reason for man's existence, not a bloody word. Guy just looked at me like it was some kind of imbecile. Are you, he said, are you some kind of imbecile? This thing can't tell you the reason for man's existence. It's the BTL-70 you want. Shortly after, I had a religious experience, or at least a quasi, pseudo, neo, ipso facto religious experience. I was coming out of R.S. McCollough, and I met God. And God said to me, young man, atheism is the only true religion. I just said, oh, I don't believe you. If there is one thing in life which I really, really love, I really like this so much, talking about people behind their back. We all do it, I think we all do it. I want to see her for the bottom landings away for a man. I don't blame her, because he's out in a randan. It's a sin for you, because a woman keeps her reins immaculate. Yes. See that wee bastard darling? I know a few things about him, by the way. I swear, a guy once said to me, see her? Talks about people behind their back. My mother, who told me something in confidence, now I'll share it with you, I'm sure it'll go no further. She said to me, well, I'm not kidding you. Well, I mean, I just, you know, I say to her at the time. I says to her, so what you're saying is nothing to be said to him. I says, look, as far as I'm concerned, the only ones that's been saying something is Amit's heard somebody else say what you're supposed to have said. Oh, she says, what am I supposed to have said? She says, because I never says nothing. So I says to her, I just told her. I says, look, Ken, I said, I'm not saying you said something. All I'm saying is, you and he have had words, and whatever's been said, something's been saying to him, he should have said something. Oh, she says, he should have said something. She says, well, if he hadn't said what he said, I wouldn't have ended up saying what I said. So as soon as she says that, I says to myself, oh. As you know me doing my nosy, I says, well, what exactly was it you says to him, like Ken? She says, well, all I says to him was, Jack, I says, it's either me or that fucking crocodile. Are there any shy people here? Okay, inhibitions. Let's talk about inhibitions. You go first. My mother was 19 years old when I was born. When she was 20 and I was 1, I was 1/20th my mother's age. When she was 25 and I was 5, I become 1/5 my mother's age. And when she was 30 and I was 10, I moved up to become exactly 1/3 her age. When she was 40 and I was 20, I become exactly 1/2 my mother's age. And when she is 60 and I'm 40, I will then be 2/3 her age. And if she lives to be 115, I'll be older than her. Prove me wrong. Time is relative in many ways. When you're having fun, time just slips right past. When you're not having fun, if you're maybe in a situation down at DSS and you're waiting in a queue there and you've got a ticket that says number 912 and that thing on the wall clicks down to number 4. Time slows down. You're in a twilight zone there. Everything's different. Rod Serling's over in the corner. There's a guy over in a queue over there reading the Daily Record from 1973. When we're over in a queue here, she's waiting on someone. She's the one to inquire about family benefit. A door opens and her kids come in with their kids, wanting to inquire about their family benefit. Time just slows right down. I don't know if you've ever listened to the ticking of a clock and thought, but I mean, I'm presuming there are people here who remember clocks that tick. Right. Now it's lost its whole charm. Hickory dickory dogs, the mouse ran up the digital chronometer. Doesn't work for me. There's no charm anymore. But I mean, I do like gadgets and stuff like that. I like technology. I like watches you get. Watches, you can tell what time it is in Hong Kong. All that. Divers' watches that tell you how deep you are. Excuse me, mate, you got the right depth on you. But I'm a traditionalist. You see, my watch has got a face and hands, and it ticks. And I like that. That's reassuring. I just go tick, tick, tick. Yeah, I'm still alive. Tick, 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 tick. Still going strong. All right. But then sometimes it's not reassuring, because if I'm feeling blue and I'm low and I'm down and I'm sitting in the house and I'm just thinking about how pathetic I am. And it's very quiet. All I can hear is the sound of my own breathing, clock ticking on the wall. And I think, Jesus, every tick of that clock takes me closer to death. Tick, tick, tick. I'm getting older. Tick, tick, tick. I'm losing my hair. Tick, tick, tick. My eyesight is failing. Tick, tick, tick. My hearing is failing. And it's worrying, because you can't borrow time. Whenever you need time, you just don't have it. You just don't get it. You can't borrow it. Excuse me, mate, you got a spare half hour on you? No, sorry. Spent my last 10 minutes buying a magazine there. Which one? Time. Oh, right. Quantum Leap. A really bad TV program about a guy who can apparently travel through time. Well, I'm not sure. Although I do think if time travel was a possibility, it would be here already. I think so. By the year 2512, it may be that time travel is a thing of the past. I'm not sure. Now, it takes light 7 minutes to get from the sun to our planet. That's all. It takes 7 minutes. So when you look at the sun, you're seeing the past. Right? You're seeing history. And of course, if you were on the sun and you were looking at Earth, you were seeing it as well 7 minutes ago. You're looking at the past. I find that fascinating. And when you look at an object, you're not really seeing the object. You're seeing light reflected. So the light comes down from the sun, hits the object, gets reflected up into your eyes. If you're wearing shades or something, it'll hold up just a wee bit, but it'll get through your eyes, around your brain and get interpreted, and that's that. That's a long process. This is why it can sometimes take you a good 10 minutes before you see something. You can't find your shoes? That's nothing to do with being absent-minded. Blame it on quantum physics. That's something that's a well-known fact. If a human being could travel at the speed of light, he or she would do extremely well at the Commonwealth Games. We know that. It's on bronze at least. But if you could move at the speed of light, some incredible stuff could happen. I mean, light is leaving the planet's surface, going right off into space. Now, if you could get in a spaceship, blast off from the planet's surface at the speed of light, going right the way out there, you could actually stop at a given point in space, stop, turn around, giant telescope, look back at Earth and see scenes from history. You could see the Battle of Hastings, signing of the armistice. You You could even pick your point in space, turn around, look back, and watch yourself taking off. See yourself taking off. And in your ship, as you're stationed there in deep space, you would see your ship coming closer and closer towards you. And as it got closer and closer, your excitement builds. You could actually look out your window and wave to yourself as you went past. Yeah, hi! Wow. And then the units went past could stop, and the units in your ship could speed up and do it again. Yeah, hi! Wow. And you could spend eternity doing that, whizzing through the infinite boundaries of time and space, waving to yourself. You could actually stop both ships at exactly the same point, right, dock together, open the doors, walk through, meet yourself. Hi, how are you doing? Not bad. How's myself? Brilliant work. This is fucking brilliant. Congratulate yourself on being a pair of smug bastards. That is the theory of relativity as formulated by a man called Albert Einstein and as explained to me by a guy called Shug. The thing that I don't really understand, why is it when you walk into most chip shops in Glasgow and you ask for a single sausage, they give you two? I said, no, it's just a single sausage. The guy goes, yeah, yeah. I like to confuse the guy in my chip shop. I say, could you give me 2 single sausages, but could you half them? And he goes, Margaret, could you... I said, never mind, it's all right, just give me 1 single sausage because you wrap it separately. And he goes... You ask for a single fish, you get 1.5. You sure don't need no maths or level to work at Benny's Chicken Bar, that's what I'm saying. Now, I try my best to be right on. I try. But sometimes I'm off. You see? I'm right on, and I'm looking good. And then it's precarious. I'm like a drunk jockey in a thin horse. I'm off. Right on and right off. Now, it's a strange kind of thing because maybe I see a girl, maybe she walks past, and I think, well, she's really attractive. And then I immediately got to rationalise it. I say, yeah, okay, right, get yourself together, Morton, you know. She is attractive, yes. Like, you know this person is creative and witty and bright and is an articulate human being here, you know, with a marvellous sense of humour. And oh, she looks fucking great in high heel shoes. God, look at shoes. Oh! Not that I have a thing about shoes. Well, yes, actually I do. Shoes. Shoes are my thing, my bag, my scene, my master of language here. Shoes is what give me stiffy, okay? But when we're talking about shoes, we're not talking about just any kind of shoe. We're not talking about court shoes or DMs, right? We're talking about black, shiny, high heel shoes. Shiny, curvy, sassy, black leather shoes, which they go from the toe and they curve right around the instep like that, and you can actually just run your tongue all the way around that shoe like that and get around to the heel and down along that incredible stiletto. And has anybody got a hanky? Is it learned? Is it innate? I don't think we got that at school. Geography, history, pervy. I think we got that. I phoned up my night classes. I said, oh, is that a night classes? Listen, I'm interested in a few of your night classes there. Particularly elementary German, car maintenance, and shoe fetishism. Yes, F-E-T, what? Oh, you're fully booked on that one. Oh, I'm sorry. So I tried. And if it's not learned, is it innate? You know, was there a scene in the waiting room when I was born with the doctor take my dad aside? Listen, Mr. Morton, your wife and your child are both doing well. That's the most important thing. But I'm afraid we have some bad news. From our tests, it looks as though your son's going to spend most of his life kinky. Kinky, you say, says my dad. My God! But how can you tell? Well, Mr. Morton, normally when a new baby is born and we slap it in the bottom, it cries. But your son went, ow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But I don't think I'm kinky. I don't think I'm a pervert. I was looking through a gentleman's comic one time. Contained in the pages of this gentleman's comic were adverts for other gentleman's comics, and these were more like specialist magazines, they're called, for pictures of people who are dressed in rubber, people who are dressed in leather or denim, people who are maybe bound. And if this is your kind of thing, these are the magazines you buy, specialist magazines. And most of it is very distressing and depressing, but at least in one respect it was very heartening, because now I know that I am not a pervert, I am a specialist. Let's specialise. And I've all got categories like dom, domination, submission, right? Fem-dom, the female domination, and all permutations like that. I sent away for an SM sub-fem-dom-dom. And they sent me the spring edition of the Freeman's Catalogue. Well, it's a bit of a disappointment, I'll say. Except for page 42, which is where you get the shoes. The difficulty, of course, is if it becomes obsessive and it becomes something other than that. I mean, we all harbour horny little thoughts. And maybe there's only 1 or 2 minutes a day when you have your horny little thoughts. Maybe there's only 1 or 2 minutes a day when you don't have your horny little thoughts. But to a greater or lesser degree, we all have them. Now, as I understand it, there is a religion which says you must not think sinful thoughts. Do you know how fast a thought goes? That's a slow-mo replay of a thought. I mean, it's really, really fast, a thought. How do you stop that? What kind of person can stop a thought? Oh God. That's a thought. It's shaping up to be a sinful one here. Okay, gotta stop this. Oh, no. Oh, damn, shit. More confession, more guilt. God. Well, I don't have that. You see, any guilt that I have is not based on any religion, because I have equal contempt for all religions. I'm very Catholic in my atheism. So any guilt I have is simple, good old-fashioned natural guilt based on love and devotion to my partner. She and I have a very mature, adult kind of relationship, And she'll say to me, well, if you have these fantasies, go ahead, get them out of your system. Go do it with your bimbo. Go on. If that's what you think you need, she'll say, go on, just do it, get out of my face and just, work it out for yourself. But, she says, you know that when you come back to me, I'll be hurt and I'll be confused. And I won't be able to help thinking about it. And the next time that we're lying in bed together, I'll be lying awake. And I'll be breaking my heart. And you know that when you fall asleep, I'll cut your dick off. Spend a fortnight sleeping like that. Have you ever heard or used the phrase, if you were unfaithful to me, would you tell me? Some people are silly. Some people try to answer that with yes, no, depends. No, that's code. If you were unfaithful to me, would you tell me means just fucking try it. Actually, when my girlfriend was away, on about the 4th day that she was away, I was lying in bed one morning. I was woken up by a knock at the door. I got up out of bed, walked down the hall, opened the door. I was confronted by 2 missionaries. I could tell by the teeth and the haircuts and the suits. These guys had come straight from an interview with God to see yours truly. One of them said, good morning. I hope I haven't caught you at a bad time. I said, no, you actually caught me at a very good time. I was having sex when you knocked at the door. Consider it a fairly pleasant time, thank you. That's why I'm naked. That's why I'm wearing high heel shoes. He said, oh, so you're married? I said, don't be stupid. I wouldn't marry a goat. He said, surely you're not serious. I said, no, it's only a one-night stand. Dear agony, since the age of 6 I have been a regular bedwetter. I'm now 29. Do you think it's time I changed the sheet? The best you can say about a two-faced person is that you need less wool to knit them a balaclava. My girlfriend and I, we all went to a whole supernatural. We went to a seance. Actually, my girlfriend is a medium, which I think is about size 10.